Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with podcast number 32. Hope you guys had a great long weekend. It was absolutely enjoyable for me and my wife. It was kind of fun to get out of town, spend 3 days loving. And that means that today, our 5 questions is actually 10 questions. We had so much response over the weekend from folks having sent in their questions that we wanted to get 10 today. And remember, in order to send in your questions, send them in to support@bsffacademy.com. One more time, bsffacademy.com. Here we go. Question number 1. As we start building a network of contacts, do you recommend a customer relationship management CRM tool to manage all of your contacts? If yes, which one would you recommend? Well, there's 2 sides of this answer. I have a CRM management software that I use, and I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Can I tell you I love it some more? Hope my wife isn't listening. I don't love it as much as my wife, but it's close. Well, not really close, but anyway. I like Infusionsoft. But here's the deal, folks. Did you know Outlook will pretty much do the same thing? I mean, oh my gosh, everybody has Outlook. And in the beginning of our business, why don't we just use Outlook until you get up to the point where you're doing a couple hundred transactions a year or 100 transactions a year, and you've got to really manage some stuff? Don't spend the thousands of dollars that some of these CRM programs are going to cost you. But when you get to that point, oh my gosh, absolutely. It is well worth the money. In the beginning, Outlook, Microsoft Outlook would work great. I use Exchange services, so I can get my email on my phone. I can get it on my desktop at my office. I can get it on my tablet, on my desktop at my home. I can get it on somebody else's if I wanted to. And what's really cool is the messages don't get erased. So I can see them from everywhere. I can go online and see them. It's a really cool system. Check out Outlook Exchange. And that's probably all you need. It's like $125 a year through GoDaddy.com, and just have some fun with it. Question number 2. What kind of professional business cards do you recommend? Is there any specific format you prefer? Yes, there is. It has to look professional. Let's not put our picture on it. Oh my goodness. When you go see your accountant or your attorney or your doctor, do they put their picture on their business card? If they don't, you should not either. That's the type of professional business card we're looking for. Man, if you could get a white background, maybe some weave paper, something really feels really nice, maybe some gold lettering, make it really stand out. Don't have to say you buy houses because we have those cards. Those are our advertising cards. They're red and yellow. They say I buy houses on them, phone number. We're looking for the cards that impress people we want to do mega business with, like borrow money and close escrows and have them fix up our houses, that kind of stuff. So we're looking for image. If you have a nice logo, great. But if it's a cute little logo like a house smiling, don't put that on your professional business card. Next time you go to your accountant, look at theirs. Next time you go to your attorney, look at theirs. That's what you need. Question number 3. Well, I kind of answered it on question number 2, but do you put your photo on your professional business card? No. No photos. In fact, my head is so fat, I couldn't stick my head on my photo of my head on my business card. However, even if I could, I wouldn't. So no photos. Professional. Question number 4, it's a scenario question. Mrs. Investor did the 2-part seller script on a motivated seller. The seller needs to move in 2 months because she will not be able to afford the house anymore. She isn't looking to make any money and just wants to clear the mortgage balance. When Mrs. Investor went to set up the appointment, the seller said that her husband wasn't ready for the house to be shown. He wants to get it cleaned up a bit first. How does Mrs. Investor work around the seller's reluctance to show the house in order to get contract signed? It's a great question. Here's the simple answer. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I have seen just about everything imaginable. I'm sure I'll be shocked one more time, but I have seen cockroaches so bad that you couldn't stand still. I have seen piles of dog dew on the carpet. You had to watch where you were walking. I have seen houses with dead people in them. I have seen houses that have been almost burnt down. I have seen immaculate houses, and I have seen houses that have never been cleaned. Here's what I know I do. I don't pass judgment. And the important part is I need to come out and buy your house. You want your house sold. Let's set an appointment so I can come out, make you an offer that creates a win-win situation and buy your house. And that should let them have some ease. And if she still says, well, my husband I need to be talking to the husband. Because apparently I'm not talking to the decision maker, and I always need to be talking to the decision maker. I'm going to get Mr. Husband on the phone. I'm going to start talking to him. Mr. Husband, what's going on? Come out tonight at 4 o'clock or tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Which time's better for me to come out and buy your house? Oh, Mike, I've got to clean it up. Sir, I've got to let you know. I have seen these kinds of houses and that kind of houses, and trust me, I don't care what it looks like. It's not going to make an influence on my opinion to buy your house. I already know I want to buy your house. Do you want to sell me your house? You do. Great. Let's set an appointment. What time would be good for me to come out and buy your house? 4 o'clock today or 10 o'clock tomorrow? 10 tomorrow. Great. One more question. Will all the decision makers be there so we can come to an agreement to actually buy your house? Yes. Terrific. Is there anything you need me to bring with me when I come out and buy your house tomorrow at 10 o'clock besides my checkbook? No, there isn't. You don't want me to bring you any beer or pizza? Okay, I'm just bringing my checkbook. One last question. Will you locate the deed for me and any payment coupons that you might have? If you don't have those handy, that's okay. When I buy your house tomorrow, I'll just call our closing company and they'll come up with those documents. Thank you so much. I'll see you at 10. Question number 5. When just starting to wholesale, yuck, can I say yuck, and still working at a job, is it better to keep things simple? For example, get a local phone number, send out some mail, get the calls, go to voicemail, then return the call as soon as I can. Or is it better to get an account with Pat Live? Well, I thought wholesaling, the word wholesale was the yuckiest word on the page. It's not. Pat Live is the yuckiest word on the page. Do not get a Pat Live account. I've had a Pat Live account 3 different times in my life, and I now no longer have a Pat Live account. So I have canceled it 3 different times in my life. Pat Live will do one thing for you. Can I tell you what they'll do for you? And it's not answer your phone. They will absolutely strip you of your wealth and make you believe that certain things are going to be accomplished when in fact that won't happen. I know I'm a little bit harsh on Pat Live, but they've earned their reputation. As far as what you do, here's what you do when you're starting out as an investor, and please don't start out as a wholesaler. Talk to me, I'll teach you how to wholesale. Grab you some I Buy Houses business cards. They're red and yellow, red on top, yellow on bottom. It says I Buy Houses on top, phone number on the bottom. You can get 1,000 of those things for $30, $40. I don't know what they could sell for. You're going to send out some direct mail, but before you do, you need to find out what area you're going to mail to. Make sure that area is appropriate by running an algorithm on it. If you don't run an algorithm on it, that's okay. It's not going to be as successful as if you had. And then make sure your list is comprised of the right people. If it's so much easier to deal with people that are absentee owners, another word for investors. Pick all the ones that are out of state with 30% equity or more, 4 years of ownership or longer, 1 to 3 bedrooms, single family homes, and under median price. If you have more money than that to market to, then get the ones in state, out of city. Really good, easy way to get the phone to start ringing. Let it go to voicemail. Get a Ring Central account. I'm not a big fan of Google, but if some people are, if that's all you could afford is get a Google one. Get a Google one, put it there, but a 2-minute infomercial on how you buy houses. That's going to get rid of all the people that don't want to sell a house but want to just listen or find out what you do. It's going to answer their questions without conversation that makes them frustrated. But the ones that do want to sell, they'll raise their hand like Horseshack from Welcome Back, Carter, and those are the people that we want to talk to. So, simple as that. I Buy Houses business cards, red and yellow. Mail to out-of-state, out-of-city absentees with 30% equity or more, take it to voicemail, screen your calls, call them back as soon as you hear it, that you got answering machine message, and go forward. Now, here's another thing you want to make sure you do. You want to make sure, and even on your hang-ups, 15 days later, 30 days later, 60 days later, and 90 days later, you're calling everybody back, even the hang-ups, because it may have been 15 days ago, they were just thinking about it. And now possibly they've thought about it more, and they're more apt now to be ready to sell their house. In 30 days, you're still going to call them back again. In 60 days and 90 days. You're going to mail to them over and over again, so you might as well talk to them if you have their phone number. Oh, my goodness. So have a system for follow-up. If you're in my academy and one of my coaching students, we'd supply that follow-up for you. In the meantime, figure it out, Excel spreadsheet. Question number 6. This is so much fun today. I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are too. Question number 6. Using the sub to owner financing model. How much of a marketing budget do you need for direct mail to average one deal per month? Boy, that's a big question. I know it's only about 18 words, 2 sentences, but oh my goodness, that's a big question. Here's the deal. I only need a little bit because I know how to go out there and negotiate like a guerrilla investor and get some houses signed up. But there's some people out there that they can't even talk to their shadow. They don't know how to make that presentation. So if I talk to 9 people, I'm going to get a contract. That's what I'm going to do. Some people, it's 90. However, on average, it's 27. So you can count on, if you have 27 appointments, that you're going to get a deal. Okay? Pretty simple. 27 appointments, going to get a deal. That's average person. Above average, less. Below average, more. And then you have to just do the reverse math. If you can get a 2% response rate from a postcard, and a postcard costs you 40 cents, kind of do the math. And you can figure out what you're going to need and how many people you're going to have to contact. So it's that simple. But don't just send postcards. You're going to send a postcard. You're going to send a yellow letter. You're going to send another postcard. It's going to be a bigger one. Then you're going to send a professional letter. Then you're going to send a greeting card with a business card inside of it. And then you're going to send a zip letter. And you're going to mix it all up, different phone numbers, all that kind of good stuff. And you're just going to be a guerrilla investor, go out and buy a bunch of houses. So you kind of have to look at your budget. But here's the deal, folks. Recycle your budget dollars. You should always be thinking that if you want to make, let's say, $40,000, real simple. If I'm going to make $40,000, that's what I want to make on every house I buy. And I know I have a cost of 8.25%. So I have to take the value of the house that I sell, times it by 8.25, add that number to my 40 that I want to make as a minimum, and multiply that by 0.1. And that's how much marketing dollar per deal I have to contribute to the next deal to keep it going. So one more time. So let's say, for instance, I buy this $100,000 house, and I want to make $40,000 on it. So I have to buy it for 60. I'm going to take the 100. I'm going to multiply it by 8.25, so that's $8,250. I'm going to add that to the 40,000. So now I have 48,250. So then I'm going to multiply that number by 10%, so 0.10. So now I know I have to set aside $4,825 to do the next deal. I'll do that all day long, folks. I will do that all day long, and you should too. Question number 7. Should trust be targeted in direct mail campaigns? Gotta bite my lip on this one. Can you see me biting my lip? It's already bleeding almost. Man, I always want to do the right thing for you guys. I don't want to do the wrong thing. And I can tell you that marketing to trusts is a great thing to do because, man, I'll sell more yellow letters. I'll sell more postcards. Woo! But I don't believe it is yet. I still think mom and pops are better. But here's what I'm doing for you. Here's what I'm doing for you. I have taken my own money and I am right now testing 32,000 trusts. to see if I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, and I have been wrong before, I will absolutely start changing my tune and say, go for trust, yes, trust. I'll sell more yellow letters. I'll sell more postcards. You'll buy more houses because it works. But until I know it actually works, and I prove to myself it does, I'm not going to ask you guys to do it. I hope that made sense. My lips are bleeding. I had to bite my lips so hard. Question number 8. What is the process for creating bandit signs virtually using the white pages or 411? Man, that's a great question. For all you bandit sign guys and gals out there, if you're in my area, I'm going to buy a house every year because of your bandit sign. Because I went to yellowpages.com and I went to 50 other ones and I put my name in the phone book, online, the directory, the hard copy, the deliverable. And when you look up I buy houses, you see my phone number. Because here's the deal. People are driving down the street. They're going 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. In my Bentley, I'm doing 90. I'm not going slow enough to read the phone number. I'm not going to write it down. But when I need it, I'll go back there. The city has cut the bandit sign down, so it's no longer there. I got to go to the phone book. And they're going to find me. And here's what's really cool. When you're out on a presentation, wouldn't it be great if you ask the seller, do you have a phone book? Yeah. Is it current? Yeah. Let me see it. Oh, yeah. Open the phone book up. Guess whose name's going to be there if you put your name in the phone book? Yours. And you don't put it under like Fred Smith buys houses. You put it under I buy houses. It's cool. What if two people are sitting at a bar having a conversation? This conversation took place 9 months ago. They didn't know each other. They were just having a conversation. The investor was doing what he was supposed to be doing. He was talking real estate, telling people he buys houses 9 months ago. The person he was talking to had no interest in selling their house 9 months ago. Today, they have interest, but they don't have any way of contacting that guy. So they go to the phone book. Think about all the opportunity that you're going to have because people did what they were supposed to do in the past, but the seller can't find that individual person. So they're calling us. And here's another one. I buy houses is all across the country. Their relatives are going to say, yeah, I see that company all over the place. Put your name in the phone book. That's all I have to say on that subject. Question number 9. Why do you prefer ListSource over a title company, customer service rep, who could build the same marketing list at a fraction of the price that ListSource charges? Great question. Can I just give you the really short answer? Because it's not true. A title service customer cannot give you the same product that you'll get by buying it from ListSource, and here's why. RESPA, Real Estate Procedure Settlement Act, says that the title and escrow company cannot give you that list for free. They can give you a MetroScan list, but a MetroScan list does not have valuation model to it. There's no model within it that's going to predict the equity base and the value of that property. It's just going to give you information. And you can get that for free all you want. But here's the deal. In my city, I have 116,000 houses. If I just went to the title company and got a list, I'd get a list of 116,000 houses. They don't all qualify. 79,000 of them have at least $1 equity or more. 26,000 of them have 30% equity or more. So the free list I would get at a title company in my city, less than 1 in 4 people would actually qualify to be marketed to. So that means, and keep in mind, stamps are expensive. That means the marketing piece that you send out to a title company free list is 4 times the cost of the marketing piece you send out from the ListSource list. Can't say it any easier than that. Question number 10. How often should investors be setting goals for themselves? We set goals for ourselves every day. The first one is we got to get up. That's a goal. Second one is somewhere between that and going to bed, what are we going to do for the day? What are we going to accomplish? My wife, I love my wife. I mean, you know what? If you guys love your wife, you need to tell them. If you love your husband, you need to tell them. Man. But if you don't love them, you need to probably tell them too. Now, I love my wife. Man, she's my angel. In fact, for Christmas, I bought these angel wings and I set it next to my bed because that's what I want to look at when I wake up. If I'm turned away from my wife, is her angel wings. I just think she's an angel. But here's what she does. She is keeping Post-it notes in business. I mean, we don't. She has Post-it notes all over the place with these little goals that she's written on them, what she's got to do, when she's got to do it, when she wants to accomplish it. All these little Post-it notes are all over the place. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Now, I kind of do it a different way. I have goal sheets, and we set them weekly, and then we set them, and they're live documents, so every week we get something done, then we have to do a new week. But she does it daily. I just think it's kind of cool. I love her to bits. I hope she knows I love her. Hope she listens to these podcasts. Sometimes she does. Wife, I love you. Be a good one for her to listen to. Guys, this has been a friggin' blast. I've enjoyed these 10 questions. Maybe if we get enough response, enough questions being asked, we'll go up to 10 questions every day instead of just 5. And again, if you want to get your questions in, it's support@bsffacademy.com. One more time, bsffacademy.com. And if you want to learn real estate investing, to be able to make some massive amounts of money, check out my coaching program. Hey guys, until next time, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.